As a gentleman from Texas, Mr. Fallon, for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I appreciate it. General Milley, are you familiar with a program that's extremely important to me? It's the Army's Humvee anti-lock brake system and electric stability control. So we're having a problem with the Humvees rolling over, and they're killing our military. I think over 100 deaths and hundreds of casualties. And tragically, every year, we continue to lose troops. We're giving you the funding. And I think there's 47,000 vehicles. They're going to eventually, be replaced with the JLTV. So we have three options. We can retrofit them, we can buy new ones, or we can just let a dangerous situation continue. And I'm advocating for saving $8 billion in retrofitting these. So I just wanted to ask you, generally, what could you do if we saved $8 billion? There's a lot of, billion here, as they say, then you're talking about some money.
No, you can, $8 billion would be tremendously important for a lot of things, modernization programs, training, readiness, et cetera. Let me get back with General McConville, Chief of Staff of the Army. I think the retrofit thing obviously makes sense, but let me circle back and find out what the status of that is.
And I'll be very frank, yeah, it's good politics because this is in my district, but I don't care about that. I care about
the
readiness.
Safety of the troops.
It's good policy. It really, truly is.
I got it.
And it's about safety. And we're asking, and it just seems like there's a dragging of the feet. And I don't want any more soldiers. And I know you don't want any more soldiers to die or get hurt. And we have a solution, and I don't think the solution is buying new ones. And I know there's the political element to that. But
if I could just add a
sure,
little
please,
bit to that. The Army's taken a holistic approach to this, and this is truly important. And I think that there are 10 sites total that are focused on this work. They're retrofitting about 655 vehicles per month. Hopefully, they'll be able to speed that up at some point in time. But that's kind of where we are, and really appreciate you continuing to shine a light on this for us.
And Secretary Austin, this is something that I wanted to ask you about because it's near and dear to my heart because my father served in the military, I served in the military, and my father, when he was in a training exercise, his life was saved in the late 50s by an African-American soldier. I wouldn't be here if it weren't for African-American soldiers, literally. And do you believe that there's any room in the DOD for racism or bigotry?
DOD does not support, Secretary Austin does not support any form of racism or bigotry.
When I was in the military 30 years ago, I remember going on active duty and they gave us a briefing when you PCS'd. And they said to us, there will be no isms, there will be no racism, no sexism, no nepotism, and there's zero tolerance for it. And there was, and I believe there still is. And the way you affect a culture, as you know, is you can't instill a culture in months or years. You instill it over decades. And I believe the U.S. military has done that successfully. And that's why, I was very distressed to see this post from a DOD employee. And I quote, she says, "I'm so exhausted at these white folks in these PD sessions. This lady actually had the audacity to say that black people can be racist too. I had to stop the session and give the Karen the business." I would imagine you don't agree with that statement.
Again, I don't support any form of racist commentary or any form of discrimination. You may have heard me say earlier that it's important for our country to know and our dependents to know that DOD schools are producing good products. Our 4th and 8th graders scored the highest scores in math and reading in the country.
And Mr. Secretary, with all due respect, my question, it begs the question, and I agree with you, there is no room for it. We have a special force, we have a diverse nation, we have a diverse military, and we have the best military that history's ever known. So my question is, why is this woman still working for you?
Well, you certainly, I think DOD investigated this issue. This is a personnel issue, the specifics of which I will not discuss in an open hearing.
But if it was a general officer, would they still be working for you if they said something like this? And you could twist it. It could be something about white folks, black folks, Asian folks. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter, does it? Who's the target?
It doesn't. I mean, any kind of racist or language or discriminatory behavior, that's not who we are. Again,
but she still works for the Department of Defense.
Again,
I don't think there's any room for a person like that says those kinds of things. I think she should be fired forthwith.
Yeah, I won't discuss personnel issues in this hearing. So.
Well, that's unfortunate because I think we should discuss them, and I think that she should no longer be a part of our Department of Defense. So, Mr. Chairman, with that, I yield back.